Today, in my series of elements of the earth, I have already talked about earth, air, water, of the five elements. Today I am taking the topic of the fourth element and the most powerful of it all, the fire. The fire that was created is a symbolic. It is a symbol of love, passion, a symbol of desire, anger, light. It is a symbol of assertiveness. When you have that fire inside of you, and you know you have studied well and you know about your topic and what you're talking is sense, then you can speak well on it. Because the knowledge that you have of it is the fire that made you go further and know about it. So that assertiveness is there. The fire, the fourth element that I'm taking today, is a very powerful element of the earth. Though it becomes less powerful in front of water, but in front of wind, it becomes very powerful. The earth is created by fire. Various volcanic eruptions takes place. We see that new surface of the earth is formed, whereas water dissolves the coastal areas of the earth. The volcanic eruptions create a new earth. Therefore, the fire is a very important element. The sun, which is called as a ball of fire, it is continuously in motion, and the fire is erupted in every 8th second. So much of energy is created in the form of kinetic energy that comes down to the earth. The very existence of this earth and other planet, and we the living plants and animals, our existence is based on this fire. The fire that comes down, it has a lot of potential energy inside of it when it is in a static form. This energy that is there on the earth is because of the energy of the sun. The humanity created fire, and we all know by rubbing the stones. The fire is there inside the element. Every element and every object of the earth has fire inside it. But it is in a form of potential energy. When the two stones were rubbed together, the potential static energy converted into the motion energy, which is the kinetic energy. And the kinetic energy created through the friction, the fire. Everywhere it is the same thing. The friction creates fire. Therefore, fire is so much interweaved into the human life that no survival of the living or this earth, it cannot survive without fire. I was reading the various mythologies, as well as during my reading I come across the various importance of fire. From the religious point of view, through all the religions that we have. In the Greek mythology, the god Titan stole the fire from Zeus, who is a very principal god of the Greek pantheon, and gave it to the mortals, who are responsible for the civilization of this earth. In Christianity also, we see how much fire had been of great importance. Even during Exodus, the fire was there in front of the Jewish tribes, the Hebrews, while they were in the wilderness. In the night there was fire that showed them the way also and kept them warm also. In the civilization, when we read, we see that when men were living in caves, they were afraid of animals, and then they created that fire in front of them so that excuse me, the animals not come and disturb them and keep them warm also. In other religion also, if we take the Parsis, they have the temple of fire, which is known as Dare Meher, in which the central point is the fire, and they worship the fire. All the importance that is given to the fire has got a great meaning. If you go into the Buddhist and read about them in their monasteries, which I am studying about the great monasteries of India, and how much fire is important. And it's a very big topic, which I will be taking later on. In this, the fire that is there, which they burn throughout, is kept on by the monks, by the nuns there, and the people. The fire inside of them, they talk, has to be balanced. Like when they go to the various of their monasteries, people go and take that, taking the round of parikrama, we say in Hindi. In Buddhism, they say Kora. And you take, or if you go to Jerusalem, you just go around and see in every places where Jesus has walked. So this is what they do. They take a complete round of the monastery. That round is known as Kora, K-O-R-A, or parikrama. And during that, they balance the fire within themselves. What they do is they take lot of eatables for smaller children also, then for the animals also. They buy, and on their way, they keep distributing things. And if they find certain old people, they will take them out for a lunch or any food. It's not that they're giving them as a poor person, no. They want to share. They want to share their heart and their meal. So they will invite them and ask them to come and have a meal with them in some restaurant or somewhere. And that is how they burn the inner self, which at times is filled with greed, pride, and just thinking of just going to a religious place, giving your offering and coming back, you have done your work. No, it is not so. There is much more into that. Not only the fire that you burn, like you go to churches on Sundays, the candles are lit. You go to temples, the diyas are lit. Everywhere, any worship that is done, the fire is needed. We bow down on knees at the altars. The fire is burning. And that fire takes the fumes up. And we take it as a prayer that we do there to go up to the God. To any God that we believe in. The flames, the fumes that goes up. Every day when we do our prayer, we lit our altar. And we burn incenses also, which is very important. Because then they take the negative energies out from that space. While you are praying, you are asking God to send everything that is good towards you and your family. You see, when the forests are burnt, the bushes and all are burnt, we take it that somebody is burning, that's good or bad, whatever it is. But when those grasslands are burnt, the ashes are produced, and these ashes are very fertile. So the negativity of the land is converted into positivity. And that fertile land is much better for the new seeds that drop down in the jungles through the plants, through the big trees. Because very seldom people go and plant seeds. So therefore it is done on its own. The fire helps. The earth has got a great fire within itself, the molten form of fire, that keeps floating from one place to the other, and sometimes it erupts as a volcano. And this is where it's giving us an example that we as humans have so much of fire within us. That has to be balanced. Chinese have for hundreds of years healed people through the medicinal way of fire, in which they balance the hot and the cold element of the body. It is an important thing to understand here that the human beings, we have a fire. When we say we want to do something, it is a fire, the desire, the eagerness to do something. If it is good for you as well as for the other people also. But if it is not good, it will consume you as well as the others. There's a fire in your stomach and you feel so hungry. Go and eat food. We quench our thirst when we feel so hot inside of it. There's a fire inside of it. The heart has a fire that creates desire, the passions, and eagerness to know something, eagerness to learn, eagerness to tell people something which is correct also, and sometimes people use this fire as a spark. They come and they will motivate you. Either they'll put you to certain desires of hatred, because it was there in them, and they wanted to share that. So they will go and share this with the other people and create more chaos into the society, because there was a fire of greed, fire of hatred inside of them. But if there is a fire of goodness, spread it. Learn it, spread the goodness as much as you can. Because I see, when something good is told, people don't have time to listen, people don't have time to hear. Sorry, my throat is not that good these days. But when it comes to learning something, knowing something, they will only do the ritualistic things. Going to Sunday to churches, come back and same thing. But learning and putting things inside of them as a part of their nature, it is very superficial, like a wind comes and blows and goes away. So that kind of a thing happens nowadays. We go to the religious places, do our stuff, sing some songs, somebody is saying something from the high places, we come back. The ritualistic thing is over, finished. Nothing actually has gone inside of us. The reading is important, the hearing is important, and whatever the person is telling should have a great knowledge. This assertiveness should be there, that you know what you are talking. You have learned, you have understood, you have done your studies very well on a subject to impart it. Do at times find time to know, read, and listen to various people who come and give you a very good knowledge of certain things in life, which is very important. The fire inside of you could be kindled, and you also will understand the meaning, the true meaning of life. The greed will go away. Many times people come and they may just turn your thoughts from the good to something bad by touching those points in your life which could spark you with anger, spark you with certain other passions of life. But if you are very strong in your own fire, is balanced inside of you, then you become the most beautiful person of God, the child of God. Listen to good things, follow them. Let the fire inside of you seek for the good things of life, which is very important. So all the energies that the fire has, the lava inside the earth has, these are symbolic of the human beings to understand the nature of the fire within us also. The fire has created so many beautiful things. When the civilization started off, long back, the earth was inhabited by the very, very powerful, intelligent beings. And these intelligent beings were considered to be coming from the outer space. It's written in the Bible also. They came down, they saw the beautiful women of the earth, and the giants were created. The thing has a very great meaning. And it is a huge study. The various objects we see, the various carvings that we see, depicts a different kind of humanoids that were created. And when these humanoids were created, the human race was also being created, which dominated the earth. And the depiction of those other beings are still there in the form of carvings on the stones. The intelligence is there inside of us. Through our DNA, we are a marvelous creation of God. Remember that. And we were created by the fire. Remember, the first Adam, God had sent the breath, the fire inside Adam when this man was created, called Adam, the human race. Therefore, the fire element of the earth is the most important element, and it has to be balanced. If it is not balanced, it will consume you. The fire of hatred, fight, greed, atrocities on others, humiliations for the others, no tolerance for the others, other religions. Every religion is so beautiful, the thoughts are so, if you go inside, and I've studied a lot, Buddhism and Hinduism and Sikhism, every religion I have, whenever I had time, and the fire was there always within me as a young girl, it continued. I always found time for reading. So, that fire, if it is there inside of you, you will do it. Educate yourself. Have that good fire within you. It's a huge topic, so I thought of making it into at least 2 parts. The other one will also come soon for you to hear. Listen and understand how the fire has interweaved into our lives. The living beings. We cannot survive without fire. The balancing of the fire is important. Especially during these times, people may influence you wrongly. There are many fake people also who come for their own interest, may pollute your mind through the religion also, through influence also. Never get carried away. Be strong in your own ideologies, into your own faith, so that you know and understand the fire within you. Nobody can lit it, nobody can burn you, and nobody can influence you. keep the fire burning, and have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. This is Anita Binepal speaking from Mussoorie. Do watch my channel Words of Wisdom Decoded by Anita Binepal. Do subscribe, like and share my videos with others. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day and God bless you all.